Hello, hello. Hey, everybody's here already. That was crazy. Okay, hi you guys.
We're just doing fine. How about you, Professor?
I'm good. I've got a grammar class right before this. This is the first time I've ever had that feeling. Like I felt like I was on campus because I walked in, I opened the Zoom and the classroom was already full. I was like, oh, hi everybody. Give me 1 second to pull up my PowerPoint and then I'll be ready. It's really good to see a full class. That's fantastic.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Okay, let me get my PowerPoint here. Who do I know in this room? Sandy. Hi, Sandy. I know you. Mursa, you're in
Yes.
this. Mursa.
Yes.
Hi, Professor. Good to see you again.
You too. Thank you for your patience while I was figuring out the ad codes and all the timing and all that stuff. Things were so slow this summer. Oh my goodness. I know Veronica too. Hi. You don't have to unmute yourself, but just saying hello. Just saying hello. Who else do I know? Sandy, Mursal, I just met. Mariana, hey.
Hi.
Thank you. Cool. I'm going to start to share my screen. Okay, can you guys see what I'm showing there? August 24th, you got me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll wait just another 1 or 2 minutes. It's the first day, but I'll say this: if you already have taken a class with me before, you know some of these things. But especially you, Mursal, you just heard all this. But I record our Zoom meeting so that if you miss class or if you're sick or you can't come one time, you can watch that recording. Okay. Now
Yeah.
I'm saying but because I post the Zoom recording for people to watch. If you don't want your face, if you don't want your voice, if you don't want your name online for people to see, that is totally fine with me, okay? Turn your screen off, change your name on the, whatever you need to do to feel safe and comfortable when you're learning, okay? But
Yeah.
I will record and post the recording, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sounds good to me.
That's great. Yeah.
That's a great idea, Professor.
And I know there's so much going on in the world right now, of course, trying to find the balance, right, between people getting the school that they need, but also stay safe, keep you safe and your friends safe and your family safe and stuff with the internet. There's lots of privacy stuff. So whatever you need to do to feel safe and comfortable, please just let me know, okay? I know Hugh too, and Circle.
Hello.
And Fawad, we met yesterday, but it feels like we go way
Yes. How you doing?
our grammar class reunion. We've got Vanessa and Hugh and Serkalem and Sandy. I love it.
Good to see you.
It's really good to see you guys. And if your first class with me, I promise, you know, people come back. So it must not be too bad if people keep coming back, you know.
It's nice class. That's why I'm
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
definitely.
Cool. I'll wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Any sort of, so I know there's probably lots of questions, right? What is this class? How do we do it? Blah, blah, blah. But is there any sort of small questions people have right that want to ask before we start?
May I ask the question? It's like small, not that big.
Yeah, Ramatullah.
Yep. I bought the book, which is Iceberg or something, but I couldn't find the second book. Would you please put the picture of it so I can see and go and and buy it?
We'll definitely talk books. You won't need your book probably until week 3. The first week or 2, I have lots of free stuff online for you to read and look at, because I know it takes time and for people to get the books and all that stuff. But we will definitely talk about books. I can send links with where to buy them on Amazon. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sure you are not the only one with that question too.
I have a question, Professor.
Please.
The class is published today, but when I go in my grade, there is 5 things missing.
Okay, this is probably the first lessons, right? Or the first assignments that are available. And I'll tell you why Canvas says they are missing. I will tell you why, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
But nothing's late, okay? Please, no, don't even.
Okay. Yeah, I was worried because I said the class is published today. Why I miss many things?
Yeah, all of you already have an F. You already have made so many mistakes. No, please, no. I will explain everything about how this class works today. I promise.
Thank you.
And if you've taken class with me before, it'll seem I'm thinking of Vane and Circulum, very similar. So hopefully you'll be happy. What else did I want to share with you? I think this is pretty good. We've got a big class. I think we've got over 30 students in the class, but so far we've got 24 people, which is great. Let's just get started then, huh? So today is Tuesday, August 24th. You are here in ESL 325. It's the fall 2021 semester number 4 in Zoom land, everybody. We're still doing this. And I'm Jeff. You can call me Jeff. You can call me Professor Jeff. You can call me Professor, whatever you want. I'm young and from California, so I'm usually pretty relaxed, okay? But if you want to be formal and call me Professor Morin, that's fine too. Professor or Professor Jeff is great. Okay, you guys. All right, here's what we're doing today. So here's our agenda, and every Zoom meeting, I'll sort of show you what we're doing so that you have some idea. And then if you need to review anything after class, you can look at the agenda and say, oh, this was the week that we talked about narrative writing, or this was the week we talked about essay structure, whatever. So today, though, is a pretty normal first day of class, right? We've got a welcome and an icebreaker introduction, an icebreaker activity for you to get to meet each other. Then we're going to talk about the syllabus. That's where we'll answer questions about the book and the business of the class and stuff like that. I'll take you on a tour of Canvas, right? I'll sort of show you how I organized our Canvas page and what you need to do, to find the most important information. And then I'll sort of show you the discussion preview really just means things to get you ready for those first 5 lessons that are not late, but are showing as maybe missing in Canvas. But again, nothing to worry about there. So that's what we're doing today. So I want to just start by letting you all talk to each other. I'll do this usually every week, but at least every other week. And again, I do this because it's really easy when everything's in Zoom to feel like you're just alone, right? It's you and your house and it's you and your textbooks. But I promise, right? There's 36 people in this class. There are other human beings taking this class with you. And I think it's nice to talk to them sometimes and remember that, you're not alone. So I'm going to put you into small groups of about 3 or 4 people. And first, I just want you to do the normal thing, right? Talk to each other. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your major? What classes are you taking? Talk about the normal sort of human being stuff. And then I'm going to give you 2 questions that are connected to our class that I want you to talk about as well. So the first one is, what do you think about and feel when you see the phrase college writing, right? Because that's what this class is really about, right? To get you ready for college writing. So when you see that, what do you think and what do you feel? Good and bad answers are welcome, okay? And number 2, what is something specific you want to learn in this class? And I always tell my students, the more specific, the better. So if you want to learn about, how to format your paragraphs, or if you want to learn about how to read faster, anything, right? But the more specific, the better, right? We're all here because I want to improve my English. Well, yes, right, of course. But the more specific, the better, so that I can know how to make this class as helpful and useful as possible for you, okay? So again, question number one, what do you think and what do you feel when you see the words college writing? And number two, something specific that you hope to learn in this class this semester. Questions about what I want you to do in your small groups? Anybody? Cool.
What did you want us to do in the small groups?
Is talk to each other, just introduce yourself. Who are you? What languages do you speak? Where are you from? The kind of normal stuff, right? And then answer these two questions that are on your screen, Fawad.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will broadcast these, so you can take a picture of this screen. You can write the questions down on a notepad, whatever you need to do to remember. But I do want you to talk about these two questions with your group as well. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll put you in your groups in just a second here. Let me open up those rooms. And I am going to give you at least 10 minutes, maybe more. I think it's really important for you guys to talk to each other at least a little bit. So I'll open up the rooms and then I'll see you in about 10 minutes, okay? So
Okay.
rooms are open now.
All right.
And Nabila, if you're still there and you need help, just let me know, okay?
Just a moment.
Hi, Katara.
Hi, Professor. Can you send me in my room because I'm logging from my cell phone. Now I'm logging from my computer.
Of course. Do you remember what number room you were in?
Shamla, it's room 1.
Ah, yep, it is room 1 with Shamla. I'll send you there right now.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Hi, Daisy.
Did you see me?
I hear you. I was just going to tell you, we're just in small groups, but we're about to finish. So you can just stay with me in the main room, and then you'll sort of see what's going on when everyone comes back.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. This is my first time to what? Yes.
You're
To
very,
take this class. Yeah.
you are very welcome. You did not miss anything, and I'm going to sort of explain how this class works, how to do it, all of that stuff I haven't even talked about yet. So you're in the right place. You're all good.
Oh, only you and me.
For right now. That's because everybody else is in these small groups. They're in sort of Canvas, or Zoom, we'll call them rooms, right? But it just means sort of like how to do small groups online. So everyone will come back in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's just you, Daisy. I'm gonna make you talk for 2 hours. No.
Yeah. No, because I'm thinking I go to the wrong room. It's kind of like this.
You're here. You're in the right place.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah. How to change my name?
There's a few different ways you can do it. Can you see my face?
Yes.
Okay, and usually where you see me, you might be able to see any other box. Like do you see your own box that says your name right now?
Let me see.
Might be hard because I'm sharing my screen. You can do it a different way. If you go down to the bottom where you see all the controls that say chat and polls and participants, do you see that little bar down at the bottom?
Yes, I see participants.
So click participants, and then you'll see you and me, right?
Yes. That's why I saw Daisy here, but yeah.
Next to you, just click more and then rename.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, good. Okay, thank you. So
My pleasure.
when I know my name is Gloria.
Gloria? Good to meet you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to bring everybody back in, Gloria. So
Let me see. Oh, okay, you can see me. Yeah.
and you probably heard the voice saying that I record these meetings and then
Yes.
post them for people to watch. So if you don't want your face or name or voice, whatever you need to do to feel safe and comfortable, Gloria, that's totally fine. I just want you to understand. It's important for me that students understand, right? So I love seeing your faces, but also I totally understand that people want to stay safe, and I totally understand. Just so you know.
Thank you.
All right, everybody's coming.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Oh, many people.
Oh, we got a big class.
Recording
Oh, lots of people coming back.
Yes.
And I should have said this before, but maybe you already know. Remember, in a breakout room, there's no recording ever, right? It's always recording me in the main room. So if you turn on your screen, you turn on whatever, right? None of that gets recorded. Just so, again, people know for their own safety and stuff like that. Just so everybody knows. All right, we've got just one more group still talking, which is great. Hey, you.
Good evening, Professor.
You know, I like it when
Nice to meet you again.
It's good. I like it. I know. He knows.
Hey, Hugh, how are you, man?
Hey. It's like a reunion.
Hugh?
All right. So hopefully you got to meet some of your classmates and you can just sort of talk about yourself and what's going on. I hope that was really nice and relaxing to do. So I'd love to hear anything you want to share is fine, but I did want to take some notes, especially about that second question. What are the things that you hope to learn this semester? And if you want to share sort of your feelings about college writing, that is welcome too. But I do want to take down some of your ideas, some of your goals. Now for my Zoom meetings, right, there's lots of ways to participate. You can just unmute yourself and talk. You can raise your hand on your video and have me call on you. You can raise your little yellow hand in the corner and do that. You can ask a question in the chat, right? There's lots of ways to participate. So whatever you feel comfortable doing. But I'd love to hear from some people. So what are your goals this semester? Why are you taking ESL 325? Yes, I see. I saw Fawad's hand, but I saw Shamla's little yellow hand first. So let's see Shamla and then Fawad, and then we'll see who comes after that. Shamla, you want to unmute yourself?
Yes, Professor. So it's really nice and pleasure to be in your class. Actually, I was in a waiting list. I was expected to be in class and get in class. And Professor, writing is always challenging for me, all the time. When it comes to writing, it's kind of like a nightmare for me. But reading, listening, or speaking is like pretty easy for me. But writing 325 is my main goal, is to, to just change my writing and more like academic, more specified the ways, which one is the better to, writing more good. So hope for the best. And I don't know, I just try to best to, get my good scores and good experience. And I just prepare myself for my regular major classes. So hope for the best, Professor. I just try hard because in my personal opinion, I am a challenging student and I'm always working so hard.
Yeah.
So hope you will never be, disappointed from me. I try my best, Professor, because it's not easy for me being a mother of 2 kids and home, the family, everything, and suffering from a lot of problems for now, the situation that's going on in our country, the peoples that we left behind, our family members, everything. We're suffering from very, Professor, it's really tough time for us. And this class is really challenging for me because of the health issues, the family issues, so many things. So it's just try my best to do something best.
Love it. Shamla's got sort of an academic goal that I put down, right, which is more academic. I love that Shamla said more specific. I do think specific is a nice way to think about what is the difference between academic writing and sort of regular writing. And then Shamla also shared her own personal goal, just her own self, which I love. And, when I talk about sort of how this class is structured and organized, I hope that you will see I have designed it to be hopefully as stress-free as possible, right? Now again, that doesn't mean there's work to do, right? If you're here because you learn, so there's work to do.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna make your life any more difficult. Like,
I know.
talk about how and why, and if you know me, you already know how I do it. But and again, I think it's worth saying for all the Afghan students, I cannot even pretend to know what it's like for you right now, but please do know that I think about you. I love you all and your community. I pray for you. And the way
Appreciate it.
Professor, thank you.
Of course. And the way that I think about this semester, I'm aware, I know what's going on and I know how that must or could affect you guys. So know that I care and it's important to me, and that's all. And also, like I said, I know we don't, that's all. I'm going to stop talking.
Professor, I know you, I know you really well, but I just hear really specific good words from Professor, I forgot her name, Professor. Yes. So she was a professor in 315.
Yeah.
And she is always praising about you, everything, really good things that he she told us about you, that you're always really helpful with your students, and your students are really happy with you. So,
Professor
yeah.
Travis?
Travis, exactly. I'm so sorry.
Margarita Travel, yes,
Yeah, Travis.
Professor, the full
She's
name.
one of the best professors after Professor Graffin I meet in my life. She's best. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Good. We love, that's my friend, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I get to stay with her, and I love her and her kids, and she's the coolest.
She is. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Shamla. What are your goals? And then I see Sandy's hand too. I want to hear from more people. Thank you again, Shamla. How about some goals?
Hello. Yes, as I'm planning this semester that I have discussed with you yesterday to take 325, to me, college writing is really important. It plays an important role in the daily life, you know. I have faced with the writing skills a lot, so it's been a very challenging way to get to here. And my best my best to say my best, or my best goal is in this class to learn how to write. You know, writing plays an important role. So that's why I'm really working hard, and I put so much time in this class. Hopefully by the end of the semester, I would be able the problems that I have with the writing to be solved in this class. And the second question is, what is the specific to learn about this class? So this class will help our grammar skills, improve our reading, writing, and conversation. It's really important for me.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I love it. Thank you, Fawad. Thank you. Conversation, you know, we'll get to talk in class, but I will say much more reading and writing. But of course, anytime you speak, anytime you're listening to a native speaker, you know, it all helps. It definitely all helps. And I know one thing Fawad said, because I met Fawad in the lab yesterday, another thing that Fawad talked about is, and I think for many students, this is a big deal, right? Structure.
Yes.
If you've taken this class or classes before, you've probably done a 5-paragraph essay, right? But you know, a research paper is not a 5-paragraph essay. You know,
yes.
Though they're different things, and they have different structures, and they have different rules, and that's what we start to learn at this level. And so again, my warning: the first month or so can feel slow, but eventually, you know, we'll start to feel more comfortable, and that's when we can really start to go faster. So. Thank you, Fawad. I'm so happy that I met you and that you're here.
Yeah, and I have one more question.
Oh, please.
Yes. Yeah. So writing skills are like building a wall. If you build a wall from the basis, you know, which is made of concrete, till the end, it will be so strong. This is how writing class is, you know.
You're right. And I think, maybe you hear construction. I had to warn my students, I've got loud noises and stuff. They're repairing the sidewalk in front of my sister's house. And I was thinking the foundation is most important, but it also is really dirty. It's hard work. It's digging and, you know, like, and I think you're right. So that's why I say at the beginning of this semester, it can feel hard, but stick with me. I promise. I'll help you get there. Sandy, I see your hand. I see Mursal's yellow hand. I see Zamane's yellow hand. Sandy, go ahead.
Thank you, Professor. I think so. To be specific, I want to learn about the thinking of writing, or I mean college writing and academic writing, because the biggest problem I feel for me is when I try to writing, the thinking always keep my national language. I mean my first language. So yeah, so my goal is improve my writing, like more like more like more nature and more like American English.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the magic. That is a magic time for language learners, right? When you notice, even if it's just a day or an hour, you're like, oh my God, like I was thinking, and for me, I speak English and Spanish. So when I got to travel in Mexico a lot this summer, and it's like, you're just, when you're thinking in your second language, it's really special. It's really, really special. So I love that you said that, Sandy. And I know I got to work with Sandy before. I know what a good student she is. I'm very confident you will reach your goals, Sandy. Mursal and then Zamane. Mursal, please.
Professor, I'm scared of writing.
Fair.
When I sit to write, there is nothing in my mind. I feel like this. I don't have this feeling. I want to improve my writing.
I love it. I love it. The first couple of weeks, Mursal, you will be very happy because the first 2 weeks are really, maybe you guys already know this word. It's kind of an academic word. Do you guys know this word? A strategy? What's a strategy?
A plan for when.
I think Qatar has said that.
Yeah.
Strategy, yeah. Strategy is just academic vocabulary for a plan, right?
Yeah.
Mursal said what so many students say, and again, this is everybody. This is native English speakers for college writing. It's this feeling of when I sit down to write, it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna say? And how am I gonna say it? And how do I organize my ideas? You know, the first couple of weeks, I'm gonna teach you some strategies just to help you fight that fear, because when we get stuck in fear, we never start writing. And if we never start writing, then it's impossible to start thinking in English, like Sandy was saying, right? So you are not the only one who gets scared when they have to write in another language. I promise you. And I'm here to help. I love, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mute you. I just wanted to lower your hand. I love that you just said, I'm scared. You're not alone. I'm going to add to this. So maybe one of your goals is be less scared of writing. It's okay to be a little scared.
Yes.
You know, college and grades and all that stuff. It's normal to be nervous, but hopefully not so scared that we never start. That's a challenge. You know, that's a challenge.
I have a problem with how to start. When I started, I can write it. It's
well, get ready for next week, Mursal, because I'm going to teach you at least next week, at least 2 specific strategies to help you just get started, right?
Okay, thank you.
I love it. Thank you. Zamane, thank you for waiting. I see your hand. What's up?
Thank you, Professor. Actually, I'm confused about the writing because actually, you know, we I'm from other country. We have different idea. We have different thing, different culture, a different meaning, different word. So when we come to writing the some idea, it's from America or from other culture or from any book. So it's very hard for me. So that's make me confused because I need many word, academic word. That's make me very confused. That's make me focus on the word and lost all the other paragraph or all the other format for the writing.
Yep. Really, so smart. She said it, you know, perfectly. I'll just add, if we think about learning English, if you think about everyone in the class speaks English, obviously you're at 325, right? And if you go out into Sacramento and you need to go to the grocery store or whatever, fine, right? Like maybe you don't even have to think about it if you speak English, but you're exactly correct. This American English college writing, that's even like a special flavor of American English, right? And then, like you just said, that might be different than college writing in Ukraine, college writing in Afghanistan, college writing in Great Britain, right? There's all these different sort of cultural rules. And I think you're exactly correct that make it so difficult for college writing for people who don't speak English as a first language. And I think you also said some really smart stuff there about vocabulary. There is this academic vocabulary. And then I think the other big challenge for students is, like Fawad was saying, structure, right? I've got a great idea, but in US college writing, if you put your great idea in the wrong paragraph, Americans might not understand your idea, or your teacher might tell you you didn't write it, do a good job. You know, so it's not enough to just have good sentences and have good ideas. Now you have to organize it in a very specific way, right? And again, it's my job to teach you that way. and it's slow because there's a lot to learn, but it is really important. And I will do my best to make it interesting and maybe fun. I don't know. It's sometimes MLA formatting, it's hard to be fun, but I will do my best. Maybe one or two more people just for time. I want to make sure that I respect your time. Anybody else have specific goals they want to work on? This is a great list so far.
Hi, Professor.
Hi.
Yeah, I want to take this class because I want to learn college writing, and then my major is like nursing. And my counselor told me to take English 300.
Yeah.
With another requirements, but it's kind of hard that class because I want to learn with you. You teach me last time writing and everything was very very good to begin. So I'm gonna take 2 classes the same time. Maybe it's gonna be hard for me. This class is 6 unit and the other one is 6 unit too. And then for nursing, she told me you don't need to take English grammar 325 your class, but I want it because it has helpful for me. And then I was like, I'm so stressful right now. The classes started yesterday, the writing class, and then already has a lot of stuff to do, reading, writing, a lot of writing, that classes too.
What class? Circle M.
300, English
Taking
300.
325 and 300 at the same time?
Yeah.
That's interesting, Circle M. That's cool.
I know it's very hard. I don't want to like lose this class because this class is helping me a lot. I saw last semester, but the other three English 300 is fully online. I thought it's put in like only Monday and Wednesday Zoom, but he changed it fully like online.
Asynchronous, no Zoom meetings.
No Zoom meeting. Yeah. If I have a question, I cannot ask anything. I'm stressed about it.
This is
So,
again, this is tricky. I respect everybody at my college. I get it. But I do think that I'm happy you're here. I know you. I'm happy everybody's here because English 300 is important, right? You must pass it, or English, you know, ESLW 340 counts for transfer level English. I'm just saying, you get Margaret, your Professor Travis is teaching W340, you know. But in English 300, the focus is a little bit different, right? They don't necessarily, they don't always try to teach the structure as slowly and clearly as I'm going to teach you, because I think sometimes English 300 teachers assume that students already know what research writing is like, maybe from American high school or from other I don't know. So Circulum, I should like, after the semester, I'll like interview you or something, and you can tell me like what were the differences between the two classes, because that's going to be really interesting.
I already see the difference because the class was start yesterday and already posted a lot of things. I was like, what's what's going on? I was asking myself, and then I was so scared, and I told my husband, I was like, this is kind of hard. So what can I do? And then he said, like, I have to take this class, otherwise I cannot take another like biology, chemistry and classes, like another classes. I have to take these classes first.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Prereqs. That one's gonna make me put on my glasses to see. Yeah, we could talk about that a lot. But I thank you, Circle M, for sort of sharing. I got to work with Circle M last semester, and I think you'll be fine. You need the class, so it might be important, but yeah, it's different. And this fully online, this is just one man's opinion, you guys. I cannot believe they pay teachers to do that. Like, I don't know what are the teachers doing? If there's, what is happening? Like, just my opinion. I'm gonna stop now.
Sorry, my internet was down. I didn't hear you.
I was just saying, I can't believe that there are tenured professors, professors who have taught at university or at college for 10 years, and they're teaching fully on nothing live. That is crazy to me. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. That's just one man's opinion. I want to be careful and respectful, okay? That's
Yeah, you are right, Professor. Some professor teach like books maybe 20 years ago. They teach, and also they teach right now. The word is different, and it is different because we are living after 20 years. They still teach the same book and the same vocab. It is hard to understand. I agree with you.
Yeah, you're right. Again, I know it's hard for everybody. I get it. I just think, like, teachers aren't rich. You don't become a teacher, at least at community college, right, to become rich. But we get a good salary, right? And I just can't believe people take their salary and then do asynchronous. It's crazy to me. I think it's what are they teaching? They're not doing anything. They're not. Anyway, I'm done.
I know. The middle class, like English.
Professor, you're speaking so fairly, and to be honest, like you're the professor. It shows you the person that you all the time when you're getting your salary, you give your best to your students, and you're working hard with them. So the salary is all by it goes to your personality that you're doing with your students are really all the time just working with them, encouraging them. So everyone not thinking like you, Professor. They're think different. This is okay. You're in a 300, or you're in a like in a major. You have to do by your own because you're in this level. You have to know. But it's really I see a really rare professor that they think that no, the students they're feeling the students feeling, and they know what's going on. So you're really fair, Professor. You're just judging so fairly. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I came this class. I don't want to lose this class.
Thank you, Circle.
Yeah,
well, you guys know this is a good. It's a night. Now you're kind of just getting an introduction to me. Hugh and they already know me. People who know me. I just can't not be myself, and I will always be honest with you. That's for sure. But I also want to be respectful, right? I don't want to judge other professors. That's their business. It's just my opinion about teaching and learning. You know what I mean? Well, I'm glad you're here, Circle M. Stay here at least for another week or two. We'll make it work.
Yeah, I want to stay here. I don't know. Maybe I'll drop that class. I don't know, but I want to take another classes. That class is like a door for me, to take another class, and then it's very hard.
Well, Professor Travis is teaching. Oh yeah, you can't take W340 yet because for that class you need to have passed 325. That's so weird. If you really are stressed about it, text me, Circle, and we can talk one-on-one.
Okay.
I can pretend to be a college counselor, Okay. I am going to keep going. I'd love to hear from all of you, but just for time, I want to make sure. Now, Shamla was sort of talking about some of those ideas about, we were all talking about synchronous, asynchronous, all that stuff. How professors set up their class? How are we all trying to adapt to, you know, this time, and how everything has changed, like we were just saying. So I want to show you how I designed this class, sort of my way to try and do that, and talk a bit again about how to do this class, because that's what this first week for me is about. Instead of posting, you know, 100 pages of reading, I really want you to feel comfortable using the Canvas site, getting around, knowing how to ask me questions, all that good stuff. So here's how I've organized the class. I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. If you have a question, just type it in the chat or raise your hand, okay? So this class I have designed, just like our grammar class, if you are with me, for flexible course design. So what is flexible course design? That means something that teachers are experimenting with to help students during COVID-19 pandemic. The idea is to allow students to complete the course at their own speed and at the days and times that work best for their personal schedule. Like we were saying, work, family, children, other classes. If someone, God forbid, gets sick, a crisis, right? There's a lot going on in the world right now. And now this is why none of the lessons in our class will have due dates. So that's why Canvas says that these assignments are missing. It's because I don't put it, right? I post them when I present material or give you something to read. I will open the lessons in Canvas. That means you can do them. And I will give you suggestions, right? I'll just tell you right now, the last slide of every PowerPoint will say suggested before, right? But that doesn't mean they're due Sunday at midnight and you lose points if they're not done, right? They are there for you to complete on your own time, at your own speed. You don't lose points. And if you're really busy one week and you need to sort of put things off. Put off is an idiom that just means delay or wait, right? You can do that and you can catch up. Now, I want to be clear here, right? This means you can wait to do all of the lessons in the last week of the semester. I will say that that probably wouldn't be fun for you or me. But if you really need to, you can, right? So I'm going to give you suggestions. I hope you won't fall too far behind, but I don't want you to feel stressed out about, oh my God, it's Sunday at midnight and my child is vomiting or my child is sick, but I have to do this homework. No, take care of the things you need to take care of, okay? Now, this is also why there's no strict attendance for our Tuesday Zoom meetings. You don't get points for coming. You don't lose points for missing the Zoom meeting. Now, this is why, like I said at the beginning of class, I record every Zoom meeting and post it in Canvas for you to watch, right? If you're sick a week, or if you were here and you just want to review material, whatever, all of those things will be available for you to watch after class is over. But again, that means you don't get points for coming. Excuse me. You don't lose points for not being here in the Zoom meeting with us. Okay. And now the last thing to say about this due dates and stuff is, now we do have 2 big writing projects, right? You are going to have 2 big writing projects this semester. For the first draft of those essays, right? The ones that I will read and give you feedback on for you to revise and resubmit. Those will have due dates for the first draft, just because I need to know when I can give you feedback, right? When I can give you suggestions for how to fix your essay. So there will be due dates for the first draft of the 2 essays, but I will always give you at least 2 weeks notice before that first draft is due, okay? So that's the information about due dates and attendance in this class. Any questions about the information on this slide? Shamla.
Professor, so for first draft, when we writing for the major writing project, so I see I read in Canvas that at least it should be 400 words. for, and I don't know, probably more than that. But Professor, do you have a specific time that we have to do in 72 hours or in 48 hours we have to submit and just send to you, and just again, if there is any corrections, you send back us and to.
Great question. So I think Shamla's talking about the introduction letter.
Oh yes, Professor. Sorry for that. Yes, yes.
No problem. And I'm going to show that. I'm going to show that before we finish. I'll show you the lessons that are in Canvas. But for that one, Shamla, for the letter, no due date, no stress, no nothing. The first draft is really only about the 2 major essays. And before I assign those essays, I will go over everything, the rules, instructions, due date, rubric. Again, Sandy, Circulem, who else, Hugh, they can they can tell you, before I assign you those major papers, I'm going to give you a whole document with information about how to do it.
Sounds great, Professor, because you just wrote there, I will count your words, and I say, oh.
I'll show you that. Don't get too scared. I will show you before we finish. I will show you all.
Okay, Professor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Sandy, what's up?
I just have a very quick question.
Please.
So our class is only Tuesday each week.
That's the
or Thursday.
That's the next slide, Sandy. Yeah. That's the
okay. Yeah, go ahead. Take your time.
Of course. So before I explain what Sandy just asked, any questions about this? Any questions about this slide? Anything on this page? Questions? Cool. So
no.
Hopefully that's good news. Usually students are happy to see no due dates. And here's another thing that hopefully will make you happy. So I know that again in Canvas, or I'm sorry, in eServices, this class is listed as Tuesday, Thursday. But again, part of the flexible design for this class, the way that I'm trying to make this class work for you and for everybody is that we will only have these live Zoom meetings with the whole class on Tuesdays. So that is Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:35. Now here's information about that. And now if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I want more time to ask questions with Jeff, you will get it. Let me just explain in 1 second. So first, information about Tuesday Zooms. So we will have Tuesday Zoom meetings, 6:30 to 8:35, just like it shows up in the schedule. Please come to as much of our Zoom meeting as you can. If you can only come for an hour, come for an hour. If you have to leave early, leave early. That is not a problem, right? There's no required attendance. You're not going to lose points. Now, at these Zoom meetings, I will have lecture materials to present, and I will also review things from that week's lessons and assignments, or answer questions about the reading, or spend a half hour introducing the writing assignment, right? Or answer questions people have about the lessons, right? So these Tuesday meetings are really sort of, I'll lecture usually for about 30, 45 minutes, make sure that I present new important information to you. And then the rest of the time, again, for my grammar folks, is kind of like a workshop, right? We work together, we look at the homework, I answer questions about what we're all doing together. Now, I'll answer questions, as I just said, and then all Tuesday Zoom meetings will be recorded and posted to Canvas. And here's my last thing I want to say about this is, as you can see, I try to be pretty relaxed and easygoing and happy, but that doesn't mean I'm not serious. And here's where I'm serious. I do expect people to watch the Zoom recordings, right? Because if you come to me and you have a question about something that I spent 2 hours talking about on a Tuesday, I'll probably ask you, hey, did you watch the Zoom recording from last week? Because I talk about this a lot in that Zoom recording, right? So again, attendance isn't required, but I hold you responsible. I hold you accountable for what we talk about in these meetings. And that's why I post them, so that you can watch them any day, anytime that's best for your schedule. Okay. So again, I'm not trying to be scary, but I do expect you to watch the recordings if you can't come to the Zoom meeting. Questions about this? That was to answer Sandy's excellent question. Yes. So how many Zoom meetings do we have a week?
1.
Only one.
Any questions about that? again, now you probably hear the, I don't know if you can hear the trucks. I can hear it now backing up. It's beeping outside my house, my sister's. Okay, so now if you're thinking, oh, but you know, this is a 6-unit class, what about the other time? So 2 things to say about that. My dream in a perfect world is that you set the time for this class aside when you signed up, right? Okay, Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, hold on, my internet might be slow. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to be in class. Well, now only Tuesday do you have to be with me. I hope, I pray, inshallah, you can take that time Thursday to do lessons, do homework. Now you've got more time to do the work for this class that I assign, right? That's my dream. Now, if you also need more help and support, that's what my student office hours are for, right? So my office hours where you can come talk to me, work on your essay, ask questions, get more support, anything. So office hours are Monday, 11:15 to 12:15, Tuesday, 2 to 4 p.m., Wednesday, 10:15 to 12:15, and then by appointment. As I say here, if you can't meet on these days and times above, right? This is an evening class, so maybe you work during the day and you can't come to these office hours. That's totally fine. Send me an email or a text message asking to meet at another day and time. Hey, Professor Jeff, can I meet Thursday at 6 o'clock instead? Just send me a text. If I'm free, if I'm not working with another student, if I'm not babysitting my 3 nephews, the answer is going to be yes, okay? As I say here, I'll do everything I can to meet with people who can't come to my regular student office hours, okay? Questions about this? So this is, again, the design of the class. The way I've set it up is Zooms on Tuesday. I present and review all the material that you need and answer questions. Thursday, that time is yours to do whatever you want and need to do. But if you need more help, need more support, have more questions, come to regular office hours or send me a text and we'll find a time to meet one-on-one. Okay. Yes, Nilab, I see your hand.
Yeah, Professor, I want to ask about the link. We can join the office hours to same Zoom meeting, or there's another
Perfect. Perfect question. I'll show you right now. Before I answer Nilab's excellent question, though, anyone else have a question about anything else on this slide? Because you're like reading my mind, Nilab. That's where I was going to go next. Yes. Any other questions about this page?
No, I don't have it, but the other I don't know.
Perfect. Anybody else? If not, I will just answer Nilab's question by beginning our Canvas tour, okay? So here's what you'll get there from the Canvas homepage, and let me show you where that lives, okay, Nilab? So I'm gonna go to homepage, and first I'm gonna change to student view, so I see what you see. Now, my only other warning about this, I use Canvas on my laptop. If you're looking at it on your phone, it might look different, and I'm not an expert in it, so I might need your patience, or if you need Canvas phone help, I will do my best. But when I show you stuff in these Zoom meetings, it's always going to be on the laptop, okay? So hopefully someone in your house, you can borrow a laptop from the campus. If you need computer help, let me know after class, but I'm always going to show you the computer look, okay? Now, if you are on your phone, you can go to our Canvas shell and then click home. I know that's one of the links because everything we're looking at right now on the screen is on that home screen, okay? So if you go to our page and, here's our courses, ESL 325, open it up, it looks like this. Here's the home page right over here. And to answer Nilab's question, it's right here at the very bottom, underneath all my student office hours info, right? Here's that same information I just showed you. Monday, 11:15, Tuesday, 2 o'clock, Wednesday, 10:15 by appointment. If you want to see me at any of those times, all you got to do is click this link right here. Student office hours Zoom room. If you go to that link at these times, I will be there waiting for you. And same thing though, Nilab, if you need to meet at another time, it'll be that same link. Excuse me. I'll just make sure that I know what day and time, because if you click that link when out at a different time, I won't be there. But during my office hours, that's how to find me. Is that clear, Nilab?
Yes, thank you, Professor.
Thank you. It was a perfect timing for your question. Any other questions about office hours, student office hours, or that stuff?
No.
No.
Uh,
I like
Professor.
Yes, Sandy.
Yeah, I have a question. So, those office hours need a appointment first, or we just can join on this 3 time?
You can just join. Sandy, no, in the last semester, I've tried different ways to make this work, but I don't think it worked very well last semester. So it's just going to be open those days, those times. You can come in anytime, Sandy.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah. It was one thing I don't think I did very well last semester. So I'm trying to get better every semester. Thank you, Sandy. Anything else? We've got time. Okay, so then we're done with the business, right? 1 Zoom meeting a week. It's on Tuesday. I record it. You can come to office hours. You can send me an email or a text if you need to meet at a different time. That's how we're doing the class, right? So to do that, you need to know how to use our Canvas site. So I did just want to show you the way I've organized it, what's on the page and all that good stuff. So you're looking at the home page, right? Click there by getting onto the home link right here at the top. At the top of the page, the most recent announcement will always be there. Just like I did today, I'm going to send out a message saying, hey, class starts in 10 minutes or 5 minutes with a link to our Tuesday Zoom meeting, right? So I will always send that out as an announcement. So you can join our Tuesday meeting that way. You can also join Tuesday meeting, probably like you all did today, by just going to the home page and right at the very top here, right? The first link is to the Tuesday Zoom meeting link. So Tuesday, 6:30, click that link. You're good to go. You're good to go. Any questions about how to join Tuesday Zoom meetings? If so, type it in the chat, raise your hand, let me know. Now, underneath our Zoom meeting link, I've got a page called Live Support Materials. This is a very useful page. If you click it, you won't see much right now because we just started, but this is where I will post every PowerPoint presentation that I show you on a Tuesday and the link to the Zoom recording, right? So when I send out a message saying, hey, tonight's Zoom recording is available or it's ready for you to watch, you'll go to the home page, click Live Support Materials, and then you can access that link just by clicking on where it says Zoom recording. Now, again, there's nothing there today, but as soon as we finish this class and Zoom has the recording ready for you guys, I will post the PowerPoint and I'll post that link, and then I'll send an announcement saying, hey, the Zoom video is ready for you guys to review. Okay. If I share any documents or photos or videos, or if I show anything or share anything in class, I will also post that into the Live Support Materials page. Okay. So that's what that link is. That's where I put all of that information. Questions? Cool. Underneath that, we've got Professor Jeff's course materials. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of different stuff here right now. We'll use it in different ways at different times. But basically, if it's not from the 2 books that I asked you to purchase, and I'm using it in class or I'm giving it to you to read or review, I'm going to post it here on this course materials page. For example, here's some PDFs about MLA formatting and quoting and paraphrasing. We're going to look at this later in the semester. That PDF, right, that document is already here in Canvas for you. You can read and review it in Canvas. You can download it, whatever you want to do, whatever is best for you. but that's where I'll put any documents that we use in class. Then when we start reading a map as only one story, I've also got audio recordings of me reading the book to you, so that if you want to listen to the book as well as read the book, I've got audio recording of that for you. So that's what this stuff is. I've also got PDFs and audio recordings of the few other different readings that we'll do this semester. So this is just a place for me to post documents, resources, videos, audios, things that you can use outside of class to help you learn and practice the material, right? So that's what this page is, Professor Jeff's course material. And of course, whenever I post important information or there's something that I want you to read, you know, at a specific time, I will let you know, right? In the Zoom meeting, I'll say, hey, go download this file, you know, read this thing or whatever. So that's what is on the home page. So here, Zoom link for Tuesday meeting Zoom rooms, live support materials, where you go to download PowerPoints and watch the Zoom recordings, Professor Jeff's course materials. If there's audio, PDFs, video, anything that I want you to be able to access, I will post it to course materials. And then down below here is just a picture of me having fun this summer, not in front of a computer, at beautiful Yosemite National Park, and then the link to the student office hours Zoom room. That's what's on the homepage, and it's set up to hopefully be really easy to access and find the most important information in this class. Now, the next thing I want to do is show you the syllabus, but before I do that, any questions at all about what I just showed you on the homepage here? Shamla, I see your hand.
Professor, can we use for MLA writing, because you just, you know, show us that there is a example of MLA writing. If we download it, so we can do our homework too by this,
Totally.
because we need to work on MLA. So can we use this for our writing?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, we don't start with MLA writing, but Shamla, if you wanted to look at it right away and start practicing, 100%, right? So
sounds great.
After a few weeks, you know, I'll say, okay, now we're going to practice MLA writing, and I'll say, okay, so, you know, review this.
Actually, Professor, for I think for we have an assignment that we have to, you know, give 5 answers to the 5 questions. So I think they need MLA writing, because I read that.
Oh, I got you. Shamla's thinking about the letter again, and I'm going to talk about that.
Okay. Thank you.
I start slow with MLA formatting, because MLA formatting means a lot, right? That means the font, the size of the font, the spacing, the
everything. Yes,
a lot
really.
of different stuff. So we're going to start really slow. We're going to start really slow. But when we get more specific, then we'll look at those type of documents. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anybody else before we look at the syllabus? And then I'm going to stop talking soon, because this is, I know it's boring for everybody, but it is important. It's the rules, blah, blah, blah. But the syllabus is the last thing. And then I'll let you talk a little bit more again. Okay. So to access the syllabus, any day, anytime, home page, this picture of the map, right, where it says course syllabus, just click that. It's a link. It'll take you right to the syllabus. You can read it inside of Canvas, or if you click download, it will download to your computer for you. All right. So I'm not going to go through the whole syllabus. Thank the Lord. It's too slow and too boring. I'll have you read it later and I'll show you how. But again, just at the top, how to contact me, my phone number, my email. Again, my information about student office hours and how to contact me. Then a basic introduction and description of the course. I'll let you read this on your own time. But there were some questions about the books, right? So there are 2 books for this class. I love them both. I think you will enjoy them. Most students have enjoyed them. And they're not crazy expensive. So if you want to buy them or rent them, whatever you want to do, I only ask you to read them and buy them and spend that money, because I really do think they're good and we will use the whole book. Now, if you're thinking about when and how to order them, okay, A Map is Only One Story. That's the book we'll start with first, probably in week 3. So that's the one we'll need first. Hyperfocus will be the book that gets us ready for academic sort of big, there it is, research writing, okay? Now that book will probably start later in the semester. So if you bought them, if you're waiting for them, if you haven't bought them yet, absolutely no stress. You're not behind at all. I will ask you to order them as soon as you can, because we'll start to use A Map is Only One Story in a couple weeks. But if you don't have it yet, don't worry, don't stress at all. Any questions about the books? Usually there are. So what do we got? Anybody? I think in the announcement, if people do have questions, just unmute yourself, let me know. But if I go back to the homepage, yes, Nilab.
Yeah, Professor, I want to ask about the books. Can we use the used books too, or no? It was a no, it's the new one, and we can use the barcode or something, or no?
Yes. Yep. Used copy, rented copy, older edition, hardcover, soft cover, doesn't matter at all. The only difficulty is sometimes I might say, oh, it's on page whatever, and you might have a different page. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Whatever's best and easiest for you, as long as you've got it, we'll make it work. Shabna.
Thank you.
Professor, sorry to interrupt. I think for this book, there is no use, because when I ordered this one from the lab, from the bookstore of ARC, they just, tell the new.
Okay.
But I don't know, because I was searching a lot for the second book. On that time, I don't know, because in the e-services, they recommend me this book. But this time I'm going to order The Map is Only One Story. So let's see. But I think they just recommend the new one. So I don't know, Nilab, you can find the used one or not. But it's $18, really cheap.
Yeah, it's not crazy, right? And on Canvas, notice you can buy, on Canvas, there's lots of ways.
Thank you, Shabna.
Yeah, of course. And I posted this in the announcement, that first announcement that I made this morning or yesterday. I don't even remember because it's week 1. But I included the Amazon links to the book. So you can find used copies on Amazon. Here, I have my computer in Spanish because I like to I like to think in Spanish, like Sandy was saying. But if you go to, you can find used copies here in Amazon if you'd rather. You can rent. I think some of these you can rent. You can get the Kindle. I mean, however you find it, it's all good, right? It's all good. And again, these links directly to the book on Amazon, if you wanted to do that, are here if you go to announcements. And if you click that first welcome books and tonight's first Zoom meeting, it's right here, book 1, book 2. These links will take you right to the Amazon page if you want to buy it there. Amazon, ARC, but whatever, right? Whatever is best and easiest for you, I support you guys. Any other questions about the book? People like them. I think you're gonna like them. Sandy, did I see you?
Professor Jeff, yes, will we cover the whole book, two book, or just use part of them?
We will, Hyperfocus will read the whole thing. A Map is Only One, my internet might be slow. I'm sorry with the construction. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm back. A Map is Only One Story is a collection, a group of short stories. So sometimes we'll skip 1 or 2 stories, it depends. But these 2 books we'll use them, yeah.
Sure, thank you.
Of course. Okay, any other questions about the books? It's getting, the sun's going down, screen time is lagging. I can feel the energy. So I got one more important thing to show you, and then we might even get to finish a little early today. So if there's no questions about the books, I just want to go to Shamla's great questions about these. And I think someone else was asking about the lessons that are open in Canvas. So we're good on the books?
Yep. Yep.
Ramatullah is like our one-word expert. Nope. Yep. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because like online, I don't want to take others people's times and stuff, and don't repeat, the words repeated. So I just say yes, no, that's
I
it.
love it. No, I don't, like I said, I strongly believe there's so many ways to participate in this class. And even just hearing a student say yes is so nice because like I said, for me as a teacher, it's usually just black boxes. So I like it. It's really nice. Okay, so here we go. So the last thing to show you about how to use our website, how to do this class is modules. And this is where I'll post and organize the lessons, the assignments, right? You can get there different ways, you guys. So if you go to assignments instead of modules, that's fine. If you go to grades instead of modules, that's fine too. I just want you to know when I show examples, I like to use the modules. So that's what I'll show you when we're in class. So I've got 5 different lessons that are available in Canvas for you right now. This is really just like a welcome activity and a way for you to learn about the class and for me to learn about you. So really quick and simple. Lesson 1 is 10 points and it will probably take you a minute. So it's just to use this name coach tool. So I want you to use the name coach tool to record your name like you want me to say and pronounce it. If you have a nickname, record your nickname. For example, my full name from my mom is Jeffrey, but I like people to call me Jeff. So I would say just Jeff Morin. So just record exactly what you want me to call you this semester, and then use the photos below to find the name coach page and record it yourself. So I've just got instructions for how you guys can do this. It's really simple. Click name coach. And I can't really show you right now only because I'm using my microphone for the Zoom. But when you're not using your microphone, oh, people already did. Hugh already did it. Shogofa already did it. Zamane already did it. So if I see 4 people already did it, should let me know. Pretty easy, right? Zamane, can you tell us? Pretty easy, right? If you're still there, you don't have to unmute.
Yes, it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. You just go up right here, right? Whenever you'll see record your name, and then your computer will ask you to just, or your phone, you can do it on your phone too. That's the first lesson. Could not be easier. So Hugh, Zamane, all of you guys here, 10 points. You're done. I'll put it in Canvas tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Any questions about lesson 1? Hopefully not. Cool. Lesson 2. Actually, I'm going to finish with lesson 2 because that's the one that will take a little more time. Lesson 3 is our first discussion activity. If you've taken classes online, you probably know about these discussion activities. If you don't, this will be a really sort of easy first introduction to it. First, read and review the discussion rules. Even if you don't follow all of the instructions for this first discussion, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to talk more about the discussion, the rules, the instructions next week. But for this first one, just do your best, okay? And then answer these questions. So this first week, I want us to start to think about reading and writing a little bit in the context of translation, since this is something that all of us know about, right? Some of us were even, I know Fawad was a professional translator, right? All of us speak more than one language. All of us have to think in different languages at different times. And I like to start with this translation because it's something all of us can understand one way or the other, right? So here's the discussion topic that I want you to write about. So soon, we'll read a chapter from Why Translation Matters by Edith Grossman. In the book, she argues that a book, movie, or poem that is translated into a different language, quote, becomes the translator's while simultaneously and mysteriously somehow remaining the work of the original author. MLA text citation, by the way, just starting to see these things. For Grossman, this means that if you translate a poem from Arabic into English, then you are the author of the English poem. Do you agree with Grossman's opinion about translation? Why or why not? And how do you think about translation in your own life, right? Now, obviously, this is a big, interesting topic. There's no right or wrong answer. It's not like a test to see if you know this already. It's just an interesting topic that I want you guys to write about. And the way that you'll do that, all you need to do is when on your screen, click reply and then start to type, right? I totally disagree with Edith Grossman because whatever, right? And that's all I'm asking you to do for this one. Later, I'll have you start to reply and talk to each other in this discussion. You don't need to do that for discussion 1. All you need to do is post your one reply to this topic. Questions?
So, Professor, we don't need a 2 reply for each discussion, just
Nope.
one?
Yeah, for this discussion, Katera, don't just one post. Don't worry about replying to other group members. We'll talk about that next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want you to, week 1, you've got enough going on. Don't worry. I don't need to, I don't need to show you another rubric today. You know what I'm saying? Zamane, I see your hand.
So is this discussion from the book or not?
This is just, we're not going to read a whole book. We're going to just read a short chapter from this book called Why Translation Matters. But this is like Sandy's question. I don't use the whole book, so I don't make you buy the book. I'm going to have you read one chapter. So this is just to get you ready to think about some of the ideas that you will read about in that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't need to read anything to write your answer. All you need to do is read this, right? Read this and answer the questions that I ask you right here. That's all you need for discussion 1.
Okay.
Cool.
How many words are required?
How many words do you want to write, Sandy?
As much as possible.
Yeah, this semester again, because I think everybody is tired, I'm going to change it to 150 words, but I'm not going to count your words for this discussion, you guys. Do your best. I'm kind of curious. It's not a test, but I'm just curious how much you will write.
What about short and sweet?
Well, if it's really short, it better be really sweet. You know what I'm saying?
At least 15 sentences.
Do your best, and here's what I'll also tell you. I have a strong belief about writing and teaching writing. I think it's really important for me as a teacher to ask you to write specific things and then correct you on those things. I also think it's really important to write just to write, to write when you're not stressing, to write when you're not trying to find some perfect solution, because something happens when you give your brain permission to just write. I think that's really important too. So that's more like this activity, okay? I want you to just write, and whatever comes out, comes out. If you do your best, I'll give you the points, and then we'll talk more this semester about when I want to be really strict and when you're kind of writing just to write. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that's a balance. That's a balance. You'll have a research paper to write. So, that'll be, let's start with the fun and easy stuff. You know what I mean? Any questions? So Sandy's question, I don't know, Sandy. For this one, do your best. At least 100 words. You're in 325. Okay. Okay. Yeah, question.
I have a question, Professor. Yeah, you said all these lessons don't have any due date, and and my question is, which chapter we should read and then reply?
That's okay. Great. Again, there's no chapter to read for this discussion. That's why I say soon we will read a chapter from this book. We're not doing any reading for this discussion. All you need to do, again, I'll read this just one more time. So I'm trying to give this right here in the blue is all you need to read to answer this question, right? So again, in the book, she, that's her, the author, Edith Grossman, she argues that a book, movie, or poem that is translated into a different language, quote, becomes the translator's while simultaneously, that means at the same time, and mysteriously somehow remaining the work of the original author. For Grossman, this means that if you translate a poem from Arabic into English, then you are the author of the English poem. Do you agree or disagree? Usually students have very strong opinions about this. And I think it's really cool and interesting to think about. I don't think there's one right answer. I just think it's really interesting to think about, you know. Katara, I see your hand, and then Hugh, if you've got a question, I don't know, but I see.
Professor, I think it's depending every person opinion, like what they think about that. So it's opinion. The answer is opinion.
Yes, and that's why, there's no right or wrong answer. I just, your opinion, it's not a test. You know what I'm saying? It's not a test. Hugh, did you have a question?
No, officer.
Okay, cool. Did anybody have a question before I go back to the lessons? You guys have been so patient. We're almost done, I promise, but I want you to feel comfortable and confident doing what I ask you to do. So then I want to finish with the letter. So I'm going to show you 4 and 5. Lesson 4 and 5 are exactly the same. It says it's a quiz, but I'll show you it's really not a quiz. It's just a chance for you to review the syllabus. So as it says, the instructions tell you, answer the questions with the syllabus. So I hope that you will open the syllabus, right? All the answers are in the syllabus. Have it open. Be reading it when you do this quiz. It's not a test. It's just a chance for you to review important information from the syllabus. For example, let's give everybody some points. The first question, how many Zoom meetings do we have each week?
One.
2 points for everybody. Great job. And what day and let's not do that one. And in this class, hold on. How about number 4? If you miss a Zoom meeting, Professor Jeff expects that you will watch the recording and he will hold you accountable for all the things talked about. True or false?
True.
True.
So this is the quiz, right? Very, very basic. All the answers are in the syllabus, and it's only 2 different lessons so that I could break it up and it doesn't get too long, right? So when it says syllabus part 1, syllabus part 2, it's just a chance for you to review the syllabus and for me to give you, hopefully, some free points, right? So do the lessons, get the points, learn how to do the class. That's the most important thing. Any questions about these? And then I'll show you the letter and we'll get out of here. I'm tired. You got it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the letter. I love it. Yep. All right. So this is the only one where, like Shamna was saying, I'm not trying to be scary, but I'm trying to be clear about what I want. So as I say here, this assignment is a chance for me to learn a little bit about you, and it will also allow me to read some of your writing without worrying about getting grades or corrections or feedback, right? We'll do that later, not for this first week. So in your letter to me, I want you to answer these questions. 1, who are you? 2, how did you get to ARC? 3, what is a goal you have for this semester? 4, what is the best class you've ever taken and why was it so good? And 5, why do you think it is difficult to translate your own thoughts into another language? Now, as I said, I want you to write me a 400-word letter. I also want you to use the exact formatting, font size, line spacing, paragraph structure, indenting that I use in my example letter. So please, and here's where you're going to hear a college professor say, just copy what I'm giving you for this assignment, right? Use your own words, but just copy exactly the formatting I'm showing you. And let me please show that to you. So you can click the link, or if you just click this little arrow, it will download my letter. Excuse me. Oh, there's lots of ways to do it, like I said. So if you click that blue link, it'll open it. You can go up here to download. Let me just show you here. And if you're doing this in Google Documents instead of Microsoft Word, I can show you how to do this in that program as well. But just for an example, when I say the formatting, right? So notice every new paragraph, it doesn't look like this, right? I've got paragraphs and they don't all start over on one side, right? So when I say follow the formatting, I mean just indent your paragraphs, right? And I mean, start your letter with Dear Professor Jeff, right? And if you notice here, the font that I'm using here, this is Times New Roman, size 12. Now, this is boring, but like Shamla was saying, this is MLA formatting, right? You probably, if you took Margaret's class, Professor Travis, you probably already know, but if you didn't, maybe you don't, right? MLA formatting, every document that you submit to a class in college should be Times New Roman font, 12-point size, indent your paragraphs, right? All this stuff, even if it's review, it's just good practice for you to do in your own letter. If you don't know how to do this yet, don't stress. It's my job to teach you, right? But for now, look at my example letter, read through, you're going to read about me. You'll get to learn a little bit more about me. Hopefully, you know who I am as a human being, not just a box on the Zoom screen. And you'll get to see an example of an MLA formatted letter, right? That's the goal for this assignment. And once you do that and you have your letter, all you need to do is start assignment. And you can submit, again, if you haven't done Canvas before, all you need to do is you can click upload file if you're going to choose a Microsoft Word document. If you wrote in Google Documents, you can just copy and paste the link to your letter here. Or if you synced or linked your Google Drive with your Canvas, you can do it that way too, right? There's all these different ways to submit your letter. But that's what it looks like in Canvas. So much Jeff talking, way too much Jeff talking today. It will never be this much Jeff talking again. I promise I like to hear from you all, but there are important things to show you how to do this. So when I say on the last slide of the day, or on today's last slide, suggested before next week, right? So if you can only do 1 or 2 of these lessons, great. If you can do all 5, great. But my suggestion is, hopefully in a perfect world, you can finish all 5 of these lessons before our Zoom meeting next Tuesday. But again, no due dates, you don't lose points, you're all good. Okay, that's the most boring class we'll ever have. Any questions about anything before we wrap up for today?
No, Professor, I think everything is pretty clear.
I hope so.
Yeah, everything. Thank you so much.
In the age of Zoom, pretty clear is.
I love your
good.
teaching.
Thank you, Shakira. I like when students are happy.
Welcome.
Okay, last call for questions. Then I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll say goodbye to you guys. All right, so if you're watching the Zoom recording, hey, we missed you. We'll see you soon.